Have you ever wondered what it's like in the military to get MREs? We're going to cover that today. First thing to know is when we get MREs in the military, or at least when I was in back from 2007 to about 2012, you basically were told how many MREs you were going to get. In this scenario, you're getting 3 MREs, which is 3 meals for the day. So, anyways, first thing to do is we open them up once we get them to our point. Now, basically, you can cut them like so, or you can unwrap them from the little points like right here and get rid of those things. Then flip it from the top, put the knife away, and then tear it open. I remember the MRE boxes back in the day actually had so much glue, it was actually really hard to open with your hands. So anyways, hold this back. This is pretty awesome cardboard for burning because it burns pretty dang hot. And then you go ahead and take out this top part, and I actually recommend ripping it. So, not cutting it because you'll end up cutting into your MREs. So, you get 12 MREs a case. This is a case B from 2015. And since I've actually reviewed about 3 or 4 of these MREs already from different years, they may have a little bit different components, but the main meals are the same, so I won't ruin my field review videos. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the 3 out that I'm going to have for the day of training or on deployment. And then we're going to go over how we basically field strip it and get it ready in order to save weight and stuff like that. Okay, here we got 3 MREs. Usually if you're just out in the field and you're getting a resupply of MREs, you're probably not going to field strip them. You're probably going to put them down on your pack. If you're not moving, you're probably just going to set them down in your little designated area. When I was in the Marines, we didn't have any rooms or any comforts of home, just our pack. And you were lucky if you got a cot if you were in, a forward operating base or something like that. Usually you're just going to lean against some HESCO and make friends with the camel spiders. Anyways, first thing I would do if I was going to be going out into the field is I would field strip it. Now this is optional. We were never told to, but if you were able to save weight by not carrying extra clothing or something ridiculous, if you didn't feel like you needed it, then you probably wouldn't take it. It's just more crap. And being in the infantry, you learn really fast not to be a gear queer. So I'll go ahead and open these. If I didn't have to cut them open, I wouldn't, because I actually personally like to carry this bag. And again, look at some of this stuff. So first things first is you gotta think about if you really want the entree or not, and then also the other stuff. For me, if I was going to be going into the field, it would depend on the entree itself if it was worth it. Now, this MRE was not that bad, but it really wasn't that good compared to some of the other stuff. Like fried rice, I wouldn't keep fried rice. This is just, a little bit of extra weight and it's unnecessary. So I would toss that. And I think it was about, 5 ounces, 4 or 5 ounces of fried rice. 5 ounces of fried rice. It says, right here, that is 5 ounces of fried rice. And 8 ounces of the main course. And that's a change that they did. All main courses or all entrees are 8 ounces. So with the Asian style beef, really not that great. It's just a waste of 8 ounces. So I can cut almost a pound just by getting rid of these things. And the ration heater. Now, if it was really cold, you want to keep the ration heater on you because you could actually have that in like a pocket or something, put a little water in there. People would actually heat themselves up by rotating it around, probably putting it in the sleeve or something as a buffer. But yeah, I would keep the beverage bag around. No need for the spoon because I don't have the entree. And since you're getting 3, typically we would just keep the wrapper, or I would at least keep the wrapper for the spoon. And have it all wrapped up until I use it, put it back in the wrapper to protect it from getting all nasty. So wheat snack bread, a lot of people would actually toss the wheat snack bread. I liked it, so I would keep it. The orange flavored powder, I actually would keep a lot of the drink mixes because I don't really like water. I had a bad experience on deployment with getting bad water. The strawberry jam, it's up to you if you keep the jam. I actually like the strawberry flavor, so I would keep that. The oatmeal cookie, a lot of people wouldn't keep some of the desserts. I did. Now, then you have chunky peanut butter. I was not really into putting peanut butter on the bread or anything else, but eating it straight. These peanut butters are a little better, so I imagine if I had these current peanut butters, I would actually keep it. And then, as far as the accessory pack goes, we got the coffee accessory pack. So if we look in here, we're going to toss that wrapper. This is emergency toilet paper. I did not use this. I canned it. The wet naps, you definitely want to keep those because this is going to be good for wiping your butt. Keep it, but I'll show you how I stored all this stuff and where I put it. Iodized salt, you don't really need this, and you know, unless you're really hungry or you've been working a lot, you don't really need the salt. And so in this case, I'll toss it because, you know, usually you just use half a pack or whatever. Sweeteners, I don't need it. The creamer, I didn't need it. The coffee, though, sometimes I would actually just eat the grounds. This is their freeze-dried government version, so you know, sometimes I would keep it around and I would actually make it up in the beverage bag. So yeah, I would keep that around just in case. Gum, typically I wouldn't keep that, but you know, dental hygiene is actually pretty important, and if you can chew gum, it'll help the saliva be throughout your mouth and also kind of help loosen things up as you're constantly chewing things and getting them out of your teeth. So I would keep that, you know, currently. So anyways, that is a reduction from the Asian style, you know, beef. And that's pretty much all you're keeping with that, and I would just put it back after I decided what I was going to store in my pockets. So next one, Mexican style chicken stew. This was a current one that I had tried, but of course this is a different year, so the components are going to be just a little bit different, I believe. At least this one definitely was. So anyways, we're going to dump this out. Alright, and we're going to keep the bag. So first things first is we got peanut butter. I'm not really into the regular peanut butter or the chocolate peanut butter, so you know, you could keep it. I would keep it. These little combos that you get, I would keep that. The Reese's Pieces, I kind of got burnt out pretty early on Reese's Pieces, so I would, you know, hand that off to somebody if they wanted it. Same with the main courses. Mexican style chicken stew, I don't really think that I would need to heat this up, but it's good to have an entree, so I would keep the entree. And of course I would have my one spoon that I would need. Crackers, oh my god, vegetable crackers. These things are the holy grail of crackers. They're friggin' delicious, so definitely going to keep that. I'm not going to need this because I'm not going to heat it up. As I said, no real reason to. Chocolate hazelnut cocoa beverage powder. You can have this cold and it's delicious. Delicious chocolatey milk type stuff. Mango peach applesauce. Now here's the thing. With this mango peach applesauce, I wasn't really that much of a fan, but you know, it was kind of good, but really not enough to kind of waste space and weight. It's 4.5 ounces. Is it really worth it for a really quick snack? I didn't think so. So the accessory pack, here we go. Go ahead and dump the contents out. Drink mix. This doesn't do a damn thing except for give you a little bit of flavor, and that's only if you have a bottle of water. And I didn't even get a beverage bag with this, so I would probably have to share this container. But is it really worth it? I would keep it around if you don't want to make your coffee or whatever. But you know, thinking about it more, bye bye. It doesn't do anything. Toilet paper, bye bye. Gum, that's staying. Salt, you know, I'll keep that. You know, for this meal. This ground red pepper, not really necessary. The Mexican style chicken stew is already good. You got your butt wipe. You're probably not going to be pooping that much with these things, so you know, it's up to you, but it doesn't really take up too much weight. So all this Mexican style chicken stew and 1 spoon for all 3 mystery meals, and that's what we call them, you know, MRE, Mr. E, you know, mystery meal. So, anyways, on to the last one, the pork sausage. Now, if I got this, I would kind of feel like I got screwed over. But this is a 2015. This probably is a little bit different in components. So, here we go. Pork patty. If it's cold, it probably is a little bit better, so I would probably keep this entree around. It doesn't actually, you know, seem to be too bad, but I would keep this entree around. It's probably better cold. Then you have nut raisin mix. This is okay, but I'm not really crazy about just the nuts, but it is good, you know, to break up the monotony of the menu. Table syrup, ridiculous, unnecessary. Cheese spread, regular cheese spread, what the crap, bye-bye. Crackers, I like the crackers generally, good snack food. Fruit punch, I did not care for the flavor of this fruit punch, bye-bye. And you got a beverage bag, you keep a beverage bag if you can get it. Spoon, ta-ta. Heater, ta-ta. Sleeve, bye. And then of course you get your maple muffin, you know, top or whatever. So it doesn't say maple muffin top, it just says maple muffin. So I would keep that. It's not really that bad, but you know, some people probably wouldn't because it's really not that great. So anyways, that is that. And now we'll go ahead and get into the accessory pack that we had in here, if I can find it. So, it looks like we got another coffee one. Of course, the gum, we'll keep that. Creamer, coffee, I would keep that just in case I wanted it. Mix it with another one and heat up water or whatever. And that's when you would need a ration heater if you wanted, or you could just have it cold. I would probably keep one ration heater for that. So we'll just add it back in. Matches, you're probably not going to be going without a Bic lighter, so no real need. And plus, they're not waterproof like Bic lighters are. Bic lighters, you can wash them and they'll still be good. Creamer, bye-bye. Moist towelette, I'll keep. Iodized salt, no thanks. And toilet paper, no thanks. So, there we go. So these are field strip MREs. Now, let me go ahead and pull out my old camis and show you how I would store things, and then show you what I would put in the pack and what would be left. Okay, now when you're suited up, at least in the Marine Corps, you do have a few pockets, but you know, you're probably going to have like note gear or something like that in one of them, and it could take up a bit of room. But the way I outfitted things, just to have stuff on me to where it was always accessible and easily accessible, wouldn't get lost in my pack, is one of them, I would have a spoon. And where I actually put this was in my blouse, in one of the pockets, and I would just store this thing away. After I initially used it, I would just store it away with the rounded tip out, so it's not pushing against me too harshly. And you know, you can actually put this at an angle in the pocket. So that's how I would store that when I was going out into the field. And then later on, you just, you know, cover it up, put it back in the sleeve, and be very careful about that. So there's that one. So other one, nut raisin mix right here. So what I would actually do is I would put it in my ass pocket. So, you know, my butt pocket, doesn't matter which one you want. It's pretty thin, pretty light, and it doesn't really make too much noise, so you know, it's not really that big of a deal. You got to consider that most of the time when we would go out, if this is really patrol conditions and getting ready for very short halts or whatever, and if this gets like a little bit of weight on it, it's not going to really, you know, compromise it and burst it or risk anything like that. Now, the moist towelettes and the gums, I actually would put in an arm pocket. So I have these accessible through body armor. You don't need a spoon to be accessible through body armor necessarily, or if you do, it's not really going to be that big of a deal, so I'll just put it in an arm pocket. So there you go. And then it's easily accessible when you have to take a crap. So if you have a frog suit, and when I had frog suit, the flame resistant gear, I actually would put the toilet paper and stuff like that inside the ankle pocket. So anyways, next up is the jams and the spreads, the peanut butter spreads. So anyways, I would put these in a cargo pocket. Now, I would just shove them in one of the cargo pockets and, you know, I would be good. However, they're not going to be alone, because we're going to have to, you know, make sure this is nice and opened up, because the next thing on the list is a wheat snack bread. And I got another moist towelette right here, a little, you know, butt wipe. In the field, you want butt wipes. You don't want toilet paper. That paper really sucks. It's really thin, and then you get little, you know, paper berries, you know, paper dingleberries, you know, if you wipe with it and it comes off. So anyways, wheat snack bread I would put in the pocket, but I would go ahead and fold over the edges. It's not really going to get compromised too much, and this is a low, you know, impact area, so it won't get, you know, smashed and burst or anything like that. At least the threat of it's very low. So anyway, the crackers, they just go on the other side pocket, so in the other cargo pocket, because these things can break and it'll just be more of a pain in the butt to eat them. So anyways, I'll just shove these in here, and the vegetable crackers are some money, I'll tell you. They are terrific. So throw these doohickeys in here, and there we go. Whatever. So that's basically it. That's how I would store things on my uniform. Now let me go ahead and show you what's left of these meals. Okay, so this is all stuff that's going to go into the pack, and remember, this is just for a day. So you would have some wheat snack breads that, you know, have a few hundred calories. You'd have your spreads or whatever, and you feast on it throughout the day. And if you're patrolling, you're using up a good amount of calories, carrying a lot of weight and stuff. So naturally, people lose weight anyways, even if they're eating everything in these MREs. But when we were doing this stuff, we just wanted to save ourselves weight. We didn't really care. We were just really tired of the crap that we were going through, right? So we just wanted to get things done and keep life as simple as possible. So just keep the things that we liked and made us happy. So anyways, first thing is you have the meals. And you want to pack this and play a good game of Tetris. So basically, I would fold over the patty however I could to save space on this, and get it folded over something like that. And then with this meal right here, this stew, I would fold it over as much as I could, make it a little ball, put it at the bottom. And then this one right next to it. So basically, I just have the main meals right here, and it's just taking up a little bit of space. And then the next thing that I would do is I would put the heater, you know, along the back side of it, up against the bag. So, just like that. Next thing would be the muffin top. I just shove that in between the meals. Then the combos, just fold those over like so. As much room as you can get. You'll have a little bit of air in there, or a little bit of space. And then the oatmeal cookie, put that in there like so. And then for this powder stuff, I would get it all to the bottom, and then rolled up nicely, just throw it in, squeeze it in there. And now we have another drink mix. You can flatten this out and throw it in there, or you can, you know, fold it over like so, and then you're good to go. And then your coffee and salt, I would just wrap in the beverage bags if you wish. And realistically, I would carry the beverage bags in like a pocket or something, but you don't have to. And in this case, we'll just throw it in the pack. So, that is 1 day's worth of food in one MRE bag. A lot of waste has been taken away. It's a very efficient way to save weight and also to save space. So you put whatever you can in your camis that you know you're going to probably want on patrol or something. Not too much trash, something quick. Some people would want Reese's Pieces are with them. That's all their choice. But I'm just giving you examples of how you lose certain amount of things just because a lot of times you just want to stick with the things that you like. And anyways, being on patrol anyways, and being active in the field all the time, you're not going to actually have the time to eat too much. That's a misconception a lot of people think. You're not always going to get your 3 squares a day, even if you're issued it. So a lot of the times it was worth just getting rid of the excess crap and taking whatever you want. So anyways, that's basically it that's going into the pack, and the rest is in the uniform. So you might put it in like a pocket in a body armor or something like that. But anyways, that's that. So go ahead and tell me what you think you would keep and what you wouldn't keep, and if you were in, what your experiences were. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching. You guys have a good one.